They might have rebundled it as a 30th anniversary edition on a like one disc just to try and sell it some more. I don't know if they added anything. This is just what they had on Steam, so.
It's about Mom. How'd she get to be such a mess? This isn't how she is in my perfect world.
You're right, it's a real puzzle. Because of course we both know Hill Valley is a perfect world, but for some peculiar reason, the harder I try to get
But
her
this
to
came
conform
out
to the rules, the more she slips up.
2010? 2009? 2009, I think, the first one came out.
She's thinking about signing up for the Citizen Plus program.
Is she now?
You're not gonna let her go through with it, are you?
Well, from what I hear, it's a fairly drastic procedure which completely reshapes the subject's personality. On the other hand, if Citizen Brown recommends it, it's gotta be a good thing.
Yeah, it was before Telltale did Walking Dead, so it doesn't have quite as much interaction in it, but there was some cool stuff. Like there's a fight of sorts in the last episode where you had to keep asking questions to knock this milk crate around until you set up for the final strike where Biff electrocuted himself.
Relaxed if you gave her just a little bit of space.
Now, there's a fine suggestion. What would Hill Valley
You
be
can kind of
like
see some of
if
the
people ate
ideas
each
that would
other's
end up in other
space?
games.
Why, we'd all be tempted to follow our own impulses, and there's no telling where that might lead.
And I like the art direction on this a lot.
Something on your mind?
It's about me.
I'm all ears.
Well, from certain things I've heard, I get the idea that people in this town regard Marty McFly as a...
As a what?
A nerd.
They said that?
In so many words.
Just because a boy studies hard and gets straight A's and respects the rules and doesn't party or drink or stay out late and is perhaps a bit socially inept and obsessed with personal hygiene and prefers his rubber band
Just
clothes
going
shut
off.
up.
I really don't want to hear anymore.
I'm proud of you, son.
I'll probably grab... I do want to grab Minecraft Story Mode eventually. I don't really have the funds for it right now, but it's on the menu. I'll probably wait till all the episodes come out and then get it all at once.
I'm trying to understand why Jennifer broke up with me in this time. Recent past.
Are you still mooning over that girl? Forget her. She's bad news. Why, my surveillance cameras have caught her doing things that are completely against the Hill Valley Code.
I don't want to know.
Kissing boys. Sitting with
Okay, I
boys
thought it was
in
going to be creepier
cars.
than that.
I've kept quiet about it for her father's sake, but believe me, you're well rid of her.
But I still need to do Wolf Among Us. I still need to do Walking Dead Season 2. Yeah, I got plenty of other Telltale stuff waiting for me. I don't think I have the Jurassic Park one yet, but it wasn't that great. I've heard good things about Story Mode. And there's just like little things that they did that were pretty nice.
Is there anywhere you expect me to be, like, right now?
Well, I did expect you to be up at the lake until tomorrow with that Math-A-Magic competition, so I guess your time is pretty much your own right now.
I'm that mathematical.
Okay, different subject.
I'm a math wizard. So
about you and your, work.
Shoot.
You seem to be really into this spying business.
He's a creep.
It's not spying, son. It's cinema verite. These candid moments of Hill Valley's
I'm going to have to remember that one for when I
eventually
get
be
caught creeping.
compiled
Cinema
and edited
verite.
into the documentaries and promotional materials that advertise our way of life to the rest of the world. True, you can argue that I've taken things to extremes, but I still get up to take my meals and, of course, to use the facilities.
Oh, so he's not poop sock creeping.
You're supposed to be... I mean, wouldn't you rather spend your time writing, say, science fiction novels?
Science fiction.
Yeah, I heard Jurassic
Mess
Park
around
wasn't
with
that
it
great,
once.
but I still want to
That
play
was
it at some
before
point.
Citizen Brown made it illegal.
Science fiction's illegal?
Sci-fi promotes an unhealthy obsession with the fantastic and impossible, and it encourages the idea that there might be better societies than Hill Valley, which is subversive nonsense, of course.
Excuse me?
Okay, different subject.
Yeah?
Alright.
It's about someone we both know.
Yes?
Have you seen Biff lately?
Not since he went to the reconditioning center. Is he back among the living?
Depends on what you mean by living. He's really different from the way I remember him.
Lucky dog. In a way, it isn't fair that Hill Valley's biggest scofflaw should be the first to receive the benefits of the new Citizens Plus program. But I know I shouldn't be jealous.
I'm kind of annoyed that they threw all of this exposition just on his dad.
What can you tell me about Edna?
We should have
Mrs. Citizen
given some to his
she's
mom
a
and stuff.
Wonderful woman.
I mean, it makes
People
sense
think of
since
her
he's
as
the town
this
creeper,
sweet,
but
self-effacing grandmotherly type.
Edna? Are we talking about the same?
But really, she's just as involved in running the town as her husband is.
of course she is. Oh, pardon me.
David and Linda.
Have you heard from them?
No, I thought maybe you had.
Not in ages. As far as I know, he's still working for the big city newspaper, and she's still in that women's boarding house. I'll never understand why they decided to leave Hill Valley.
Because it's a terrible, horrible
Have you
nightmare
ever spent
trap?
time with Citizen Brown?
Well, of course I'm in the audience for every one of his public addresses.
One-on-one, I mean.
Oh, no. He'd never notice a common Sector L citizen like me.
Sectors?
But I
They have
dream
sectors?
Someday he'll recognize me for my public service, and maybe let me shake his hand.
Cool.
Something on your mind?
Chase that dream, Dad. Chase that dream.
Hill Valley has a lot of rules.
It certainly does, for our own good.
Public kissing is illegal, right?
Ah, the old PDA law. Indeed it is. And what's more, violation carries a hefty load of demerits. But you know, it's a law people break with surprising regularity. Why, I could show you videotaped evidence.
Please
exactly do
stop
people get
watching
other people
videotaped
to
evidence of
break it?
people making out.
On second thought, perhaps I shouldn't show you the videotaped evidence.
This is great.
If I got caught with a contraband item, I'd get in a lot of trouble, right?
You certainly would. You could be facing up to 1,000 demerits, depending on the item. But of course, you wouldn't be caught dead with anything illegal. It's your mother I'm worried about.
Did you ever harbor a dangerous animal?
Aha! Couldn't if I wanted to. They've all been banned. But I did catch something very interesting on one of my monitors yesterday. Which one was it? Oh, yes! Does that look like a stray dog to you? Whatever
It's
it is,
Einstein!
Edna's Animal Patrol will make short work of it. Something on your mind?
What's the deal with the house, Dad?
I don't know.
I want to get all
how
the story
tell you
before I
this,
tell him I'll
son,
take the
but
tape.
While you were away at your Mathemagic competition, our house got slapped with the CZ36 violation.
What?
I know, it's so embarrassing. Your mother's mortified. She works so hard to keep a clean house, but those dust mites are so hard to keep down.
Wait a minute, we can't go into the house because of dust mites?
Well, not until they send in the cleanup crew.
This is ridiculous.
Thank goodness they let me move my office out here into the garage.
I don't think Telltale would take a Duck Dynasty license if they paid them, to be honest. They already made, somebody else made a Duck Dynasty game and it's already god-awful, so I think that ship has sailed.
So, when is this dust mite problem gonna be solved so I can get to all my stuff?
Well, the cleanup crew said they'd probably get around to it by tonight, but they're kind of backed up, so I wouldn't expect them until tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow? Where am I supposed to sleep?
I got it all covered, son. We're gonna camp out back just like we did when you were little.
Isn't that dirty?
This timeline is officially a nightmare.
Get to the monitors in a second. Cool.
How exactly does this setup work?
I'm glad to see you taking an interest.
How can I
Each of
creep
these
too?
monitors is connected to multiple cameras, of which I've strategically jacked into throughout the valley, with official clearance, of course. I can switch between cameras with these buttons. There's also a VCR for each monitor. I keep a record.
Nice shot of the wall
everything
there.
I
That's real
see.
exciting.
So, if I happen across something intriguing, I can keep it on file.
I'm sorry. Alright, I will take the tape.
Why don't you give me those videotapes? I'll take them to Citizen Brown.
Thanks for offering, son, but I don't want to get you involved. Citizen Brown won't like what he sees on them, and I wouldn't want you to get the brunt of his displeasure. Not to mention the displeasure of all the folks on the tapes. Once they find out I recorded them, no, I'm not letting these tapes out of my sight. It's too dangerous.
I'm gonna have to distract you.
Well, I'll leave you to your snooping.
Supervising, son, supervising.
I'll leave you to it.
Right.
Good morning, Mrs. Brown. Please address
Alright, so he really wanted me to talk to his mother.
Citizen Brown.
Like I was kind of jiggling there.
Citizen Brown. It's just a thing.
Oh, hey, the bug zapper is intact in his timeline. Oh wow, there's like a... Oh, it'll probably pick me up with the camera. Will that give me a demerit?
What the hell?
Don't violate the perimeter, son.
Hey, I hear you got hit with some more demerits, Nathan. Good on you, I think.
Effective against moths, mosquitoes, and tannins.
That was a reference to the last episode. Oh, here we go. Oop.
What's the problem, citizen?
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine now. Thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty sure that's the line from Star Wars that Han gives after they call the security station. Yeah, Larry recognized it too. I think it's the second time in like a week that I've played a game with one of those. It's great. Seasonally appropriate, given what's coming up soon. All right, let's talk to Mom.
So what's up with Dad?
Indeed. What is up with him?
That setup in his garage is pretty intense.
That's not the word I'd use. More like creepy.
Yay, sensible people.
I feel like I don't know anybody anymore.
Well, Martin, that could be a sign you need to get out more.
Well, everybody in this timeline has mom pants, basically, but yeah, true enough.
Jen's dad doesn't seem to like me very much.
He's just a little stressed out, dear. Filling the crime-stomping shoes of his legendary father makes poor Danny Jr. a little twitchy.
So I see.
But he gets the job done. Between him and his father, Hill Valley's been as dry as the Sahara Desert for decades now. Unfortunately.
Oh, yep,
Hi.
she likes the
Doc
liquor.
was right. We did overdo it.
Let's talk about
What do you think of Jennifer, Mom?
Well, she certainly looked like quite a handful, dear. I was really hoping some of her, joie de vivre would have rubbed off on you.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Martin, you can be a little uptight sometimes.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it, Mom.
Well, maybe you needed to hear it. There's nothing wrong with having priorities in life. Just
Martin's
maybe
mom is
Jennifer should have been a
cool.
little higher on your list.
Yeah, she should.
Well,
Aw.
you did buy that guitar. That's a step in the right direction. Women love musicians. Just keep practicing and I'm sure you'll get better.
What are you talking about? I'm a great musician.
That's the spirit.
Don't patronize me.
Biff seems, unusually mellow.
Well, he should be. He just finished the Citizen Plus program.
He's basically
So
been
far,
lobotomized,
looks like
hasn't
it's
he?
done him a world of good.
You don't think he seems a bit off? I mean, he's so un-Biff.
Well, isn't that the point? You remember what he used to be like? He was an unholy terror.
He wasn't that bad.
Now, sure, but you should have seen him in high school.
I can imagine. Is there any way I could talk to Citizen Brown?
Oh, you know how difficult that is, Martin. The great man spends so much time coming up with new rules and demerits that he barely has time to talk to us anymore. I guess that's the price we pay for a safe, happy city.
So he doesn't see anyone?
Not unless someone starts rolling up the demerits. He still takes a personal interest in those situations.
I'm working on that.
And of course you could talk to Mrs. Brown.
No,
Clara?
thank you.
No, silly. Edna.
Edna Strickland?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Doc, Citizen Brown is married to Edna Strickland?
Did you get a bump on the head or something? They've been happily
All right, later,
married
Larry.
for
Thanks for
nearly
stopping
40
in.
years. In fact, if you ask me, I think Edna wears the pants in the relationship. She's the one always announcing the day-to-day bulletins.
Oh, she was the
Probably
one on the
writes
speaker
them
earlier,
herself.
probably.
I need to
And
sit
on the
down.
self-tour.
All right, let's talk about something else.
Oh, should
Alrighty,
be on
dear.
this early in.
I'm having a bad day, Mom. Can I ask you a few things?
We all have our share, son.
I, lost my timesheet. What have I got going on this week?
Well, Monday is Junior Brown Brigade,
Junior what now?
and Tuesday is Model UN.
Model UN.
Mm-hmm. You represent
Love that
Djibouti.
her hair in the
On
front has a bit of a
Wednesday,
bounce to it.
You'll be overseeing the board game club at the rec center.
Okay, I've heard
Oh,
enough.
so does his. I never noticed that before.
I saw Jennifer earlier today.
Oh, Jennifer. What a spunky gal. Are you two patching things up?
She totally blew me off.
Well, I'm not the world's biggest dating expert, seeing as how I married the first guy to fall from the sky. But maybe you should spend a little less time with your microscopes and ant farms, and a little more time tending to her needs. What kind of things is she passionate about, Martin? What are her interests?
I
Art.
don't even know anymore.
You see,
That doesn't help.
Everyone is treating me like some sort of goody two-shoes, Mom.
they're just jealous that you're such a perfect citizen of Hill Valley.
Have I always been this way?
Always been a perfect little son. Going on 18 years now.
What about that time I set fire to the living room?
Oh, but you only did that so you could show us the fire retardant you made with your chemistry set.
Heavy.
Really?
All right, let's talk about something else.
Alrighty, dear.
What about you, Mom?
We'll
What
get to the
about
flask
me?
last. Alright.
What are you doing out here polishing the statue?
I know. I was scheduled to clean the clock this month, but then
Ugh.
Vito's mom ate some of that bad tofu that's been going around. So there was some reshuffling in the L sector duty roster, and here I am.
Of course it's bad tofu.
I kind of wish I was cleaning the clock, though. So much nicer up there without all the cameras.
The cameras?
Wave to Big Brother, or Big Husband in this case.
Alright, later, Uni. Enjoy your day.
I saw you talking a bit.
I meant to
about the
ask you
Citizen
before,
Plus
like, what
program.
was up with the
Says
working
I'd
late
be a
thing,
perfect candidate
but
for it.
I don't know if that's
I know Biff, and if that's
secrets.
what the Citizen Plus program does to people, then you don't want
secrets
any
or
part
what,
of it.
but
But Biff
Take
has
care.
been reformed. Look at him. He seems
Shoo.
so happy now. So at peace with this town. What I wouldn't give.
He's a total veg, Mom.
Your father is always telling me that I don't invest enough in the workings of our great citizen Brown. Maybe it's time for me to turn a new leaf and just go with the flow.
Okay, just hold off for a bit, please. I don't want you doing anything rash.
maybe I shouldn't have been so confident because, boop. If you want to be a mod, you have to be someone
Alright,
that
alright,
I
let's talk about something else.
know to some
Alright,
extent
dear.
and trust. I don't just hand that out, so. Since this is your first time here, you're probably not going to get a mod ship. No
Is it
offense,
just me, or
but-
does Hill Valley feel really strict today?
Some might even call it stifling.
I don't just
But you
hand that
didn't
out.
hear that from me.
Biff told me that he got in trouble for public displays of affection.
Can you believe it? Sure, things got a little out of control back in the 60s with the free love and all, but now even holding hands will get you a verbal warning.
Are you serious?
Wait, so you can't even kiss?
Not even cool.
Can't even hug. It's barbaric. City Hall treats us like a bunch of children going to the movies.
Nice tie back there.
Biff was talking about all the contraband he used to keep. Do you know anything about that?
What are you implying, Martin?
I'm not implying anything. I just want to know what kind of contraband might still be around. You know, so I can watch out for it. Like a good citizen.
Well, I wouldn't know about such things, but people still smuggle alcohol in from the next county.
Oh, really?
I heard the kids at school have been smuggling Xerox copies of Dungeons and Dragons. I bet you'd be into something like that, huh?
I'll get back to you on that.
But yeah, modship, it varies from broadcast to broadcast. That's how I handle
Is
it.
it true
It's
that
people I
Biff
know.
was responsible for getting dogs outlawed?
I think that was all Edna's idea. She's always had a sore spot for dogs. Now your father and I, we love dogs.
You do? I didn't know that. How come we never had a dog?
We had meant to get one to teach you children about responsibility, but by the time we had you, dogs had already been banned. Now I don't think we'll ever have the chance to raise a puppy.
Jeez,
Aw.
Mom, that could be the saddest thing I've ever heard.